Craig's stuff is definitely not for kids. I curse a lot. Craig's stuff, Craig's stuff, Craig's got a lot of stuff, yeah! Craig's stuff, Craig's stuff, Craig's got a lot of stuff. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Craig's Stuff. My name is Craig, and this is some of my stuff. Today, we are taking a look at the Dragon Ball Z Premium Bandai event-exclusive action figures. You got Android 17. We've got Goku Ultra Instinct Sign version. And Android 18. Very, very, very excited for these figures. I need to give a huge thank you to my boys Richard and Casca. Thank you guys so much for helping me get these figures. If it wasn't for you guys, then I wouldn't have probably gotten them. And you guys were on that night with me, and we scored them, and I appreciate your help so much. If you haven't already, please check the three of us out on the Disney Dunces Podcast, which I think I always have a link to our podcast in the description below. We talk about Disney movies because it's fun. We BS and we talk about Disney movies every week. Every single week we post a new video, so please check us out. So without further ado, I guess let's take a look at the boxes. First, we'll start off with good old Gokes. And this is a new package design, and all very, very cool. This silver color with the black. You can see the picture there of him, and the different picture there on the top, the bottom, and the back. This is very, very excited for this figure specifically. There's so many Gokus, they make so many, but this one, I don't know, it really stands out. All right, next up we have Android 17, and again, packaging looks really cool. I love the orange color with the black. It's really, really neat. You got the top there, pictures on the side, on the bottom, and on the back. Now I missed out on these androids. They're for the first release. I wasn't collecting back then. I think, and if I was, I think maybe I wasn't buying as many. I only had I think the first one I ever bought was Frieza actually. All right, so here is Android 18. I'm sorry, Android 18, and she looks awesome. Again, awesome yellow packaging. Different stuff on the side. And on the bottom. All right, I did the back, right? Yep, there's the back. All right. So super excited to have, especially have these androids finally added to my collection. I'm glad they did this re-release. I kind of wish it was just a regular release though, because there was a very, very long time ago that these came out. So it's kind of a shame that they're event exclusives, and I think they made it. They gave people a good amount of chances to get them, so hopefully a lot of the people were able to get them. But it would have been kind of nice just to get a regular release of them. Maybe we're gonna get a regular release of the super versions. Hopefully, it'd be nice instead of the third-party ones. I know there's a couple third-party versions of both the androids in their super outfits. All right, so without further ado, how about we pop these suckers open? So for today's review, we're going to talk about each character one by one. We're going to start it off with Goku. Here he is out of the packaging. He looks awesome, but before we talk about him, we have to talk about his accessories. Alright, so included with Goku are 3 additional faces. You have the plain face that he normally comes with, where he's just kind of regular face. Then you have a nice yelling face. You also have a face with his eyes closed, so he's really focusing. And then you have an angry, gritting teeth face. And then he includes 6 additional hands. You have 2 flat, spread out ki blast hands. You have a couple of clenched fingers for his Kamehameha wave charging. you have then 2 with the 2 fingers out, where he's kind of just like getting ready to fight his classic fight pose. You get the 2 hands for that, as well as of course the regular fists that are on him. Now we got to take a more in-depth look at Goku. Okie dokie, to start it off, Goku looks absolutely awesome. Really digging this figure. It's pretty much the same as the Ultra Instinct Goku, which I have, but I did not review. Aside from this portion, this is obviously a new sculpt. They sculpted the shirt on, and that looks really good. Not really too much paint detail though in the shirt. There's really no shading or anything like that. But the rest of them looks great. There's always shading in the pants. The pants look great. All this ripped up detailing, sculpting, really good. One thing I did notice, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick it up here, but I think the paint here on the upper portion of his chest, it doesn't match perfectly with his neck. It's real close, but it's not 100% perfect. Obviously, they had to do some painting there, and I don't know. It's not perfect, but I really love how the hair looks. This it's almost like a bluish color. Actually, it's just to make it look like it's shining, and so it's definitely shiny hair, because this is the form before he goes full Ultra Instinct. He is almost there, and this is just really cool. Boots look great. Very clean lines, but other than that, there's not too much paint detail. The face looks fantastic. It's still got it's all scuffed up. There's just sculpted detail onto the face to show the scratches and whatnot, but there's no like paint on them or anything. I'm sure if someone puts a wash over these, that would look kind of incredible. Eyes look great. That's silver. Really good. So now let's take a look at his articulation. Let's see. So head goes up, it goes down, it tilts back and forth a little bit. You have the neck articulates a little bit down there, so you get a little bit of extra motion and movement at the neck area. You have arms that only go a little below 90 degrees. They go all the way around. There's an upper bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows. You have wrists that spin all the way around. They go up, they go down, but they are hindered a little bit by his cuff there. He has that butterfly joint in the arm. You have upper waist that goes up and down that much, back that much, and then lower waist, which also moves a little bit, so you kind of get a little bit more that ab crunch. It spins at the upper waist and lower waist areas. You have legs that go out this far, they go back that far, they go they split about this much. You have that upper thigh cut. It doesn't spin crazy, but it is there. Let's see. So both knees are actually going to be different. So you have the left knee bends that much back. It's on a double joint. The right knee, let's see if they're any different. Actually, it goes way further. So right knee goes like that. Left knee doesn't make it as far. Obviously, they're different sculpts, so they're gonna go a little bit differently. Then he spins at the ankle. The foot goes up, down. There's toe articulation and a little bit of ankle pivot. I feel like this needs to change. They got to stop using this like ball joint. You don't get very much ankle pivot, and a lot of these Dragon Ball Z characters, you want to have big leg splits for their martial arts poses. So it's kind of, I don't know why. I mean, they're fine, but they're not perfect. You could definitely get more splits with a different type of joint, but who knows. So Goku stands just about 6.5 inches tall to the tip top of his hair. So next up, here we have Android 17, and he looks also awesome. And boy, oh, does he come with a lot of accessories. I did not expect that. Did not look like you were going to get that much in the box. And there's a lot, so let's go through all of them. So first off, you get 2 additional faces. You get one where he's got his teeth clenched, and then you have another one where he's smiling, as well as the regular face where he's just got the blank stare. You also get an additional hair piece, which is really nice. This piece where his hair is kind of just flowing. So it's really cool to get like an alternate hair effect. Just kind of, that's awesome. You get an additional bandana, another one where he's it's also flowing. You get a second gun holster, as well as a second pistol. The one I think that is already included, I'm assuming doesn't come out, but because you get a second one there, maybe they're just extra. You get one of my favorite pieces that come with Dragon Ball figures is the crossed arms. I love the crossed arms because a lot of these characters, you see them with crossed arms quite often, so it's great to have that. You get an additional belt piece. The one that's already on him is attached to a gun holster belt, and this one is just a regular belt, so you can have him in with the gun holster or just with just the belt. And then lastly, you get 11 additional hands. So he already has 2 fists on him, plus 11. That's 13 hand options. Look at all these hands. So many hands. You got, of course, the classic open palm blasting hands. So you got a whole bunch of options here. This great. You even got the trigger hand for the gun. Great stuff there. Great stuff. Alrighty, so let's take a more in-depth look at Android 17. Alrighty, here is 17, and boy, god damn, did they make a heck of a paint overhaul. If you look at the old pictures of this, damn, they really improved the paint detail on this over the original. I'll post some pictures for comparison. Man, this one is just great, especially in the pants. All the shading detail for the jeans. Man, that just there's so much color in it. I mean, even the rip here is a different color on the interior, and you see the skin tone coming through. The green on his socks, on his shoes, the blue on his shoes just looks awesome. And I love all the shading detail on his bandana. Really well done. The color choices are everything's much cleaner looking. The faces are nicer. The eyes are really pretty. Man, they really did such a great job, and it almost makes me glad that I didn't pick up the original versions, although that was a very long time ago that they came out. And but no, I'm so happy to finally have these in my collection. So let's talk about articulation. So his head goes back, goes forward, it tilts left and right, goes all the way around. You have arms that go well past 90 degrees. That's awesome. Look at that. There you go. Also go all the way around. Although you're not really gonna. It's tough because of this piece here. So you're not really gonna get like a full. I mean, you probably could, but that doesn't really look too great. Going up there with that. There is a butterfly type joint on the interior there. He spins at the upper bicep. He has double jointed elbows, wrists spin, and there is movement in there, although because of his sleeve you really don't get too much movement for his wrist to go up and down with. Let's see, he has that ab crunch. He has the upper ab crunch, which is actually pretty solid. Goes back and forth like that. He has the lower abs, so in total you get a pretty solid crunch. So he spins at the lower abs there. Let's see, legs go only about that far forward, and they go that back, but his butt, as I always talk about, the hard butts, it prevents the legs from going much further back. But that isn't too bad. That's very much passable. Then he's got the upper thigh spin. He has double jointed knees, which are great. The foot spins at the lower ankle actually past the shoelaces, and he gets some great pivot. because of that. So you got awesome ankle pivot, and the foot goes up, down, and there is a little bit of toe articulation there as well. And Android 17 stands just about 5¼ inches tall. Alrighty, and last but certainly not least, we have Android 18. She looks great, but before we take a look at her, we gotta look at her accessories. So first off, she includes 2 additional faces. You have one where she is smiling and one where she's kind of turning and frowning with her eyes there a little bit. Pretty much the same frown, I guess, that is on the regular figure, but this one has kind of her eyes like turned a certain direction. So a little bit different. Then of course, just like Android 17, we get one with her hair flowing a different direction, and that is that's great too. Just to have that extra little bit of action to the figure. Then we get, like I said before, one of my favorite things, the crossed arms, which again, very appropriate to the character. And then, unlike 17, we do get hands, but not nearly as many. We're only with 18, we're only getting 6 additional hands. You have the regular closed fists. You have a couple open blasting hands, and almost like clawed hands like that. Alrighty, so let's take a more in-depth look at Android 18. Alrighty, and here's Android 18, and just like with Android 17, man, did they do a heck of an overhaul with the paint. The denim jacket and her skirt look incredible. All that shading in there looks absolutely awesome. The red ribbon logo on the back looks great. The shading in her hair, the blonde to like the darkness, man, that looks really, really good. Everything just man, if you just by comparison, it is just much nicer. The face even looks so much better than the original one. Just the skin tone looks better. Her eyes look better. It's just much better. So then with articulation, you see her. Actually, you get a lot of head articulation. Her head goes back pretty far. Head goes forward about that much. There is a little bit. There is some tilt. Goes all the way around. Arms go well past 90 degrees and all the way around. You have that butterfly joint inside. You have the upper bicep swivel. You have a single joint on the arm. Her wrists go up, down, and around, and you get a little bit more wrist articulation on her than on Android 17. For some reason, her sleeve, I guess her hands are smaller, that they just don't, it doesn't hinder it as much. You have only one ab crunch, which is actually surprisingly good. Goes back and forward that much. She spins at the waist. You have legs that go very far. Look at that, great high kick. Isn't too hindered, but I would be careful. You don't want to warp this the soft plastic too much. Then she goes. Her back kick isn't too bad either. She splits about this much. She has the upper thigh cut. She has only a single joint for the knee. She spins at the ankle, and the foot goes up, down, and there is some really solid pivot on this one. Then she also has a little bit of toe articulation. And Android 18 stands just about 5 1/8 inches tall. And here you can see how they scale with each other, and here, why don't we just throw Jiren in for good measure. So obviously 17 and 18 are just about the same height, while Goku and Jiren stand quite a bit taller. And here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Bullseye, and he was just the easiest to grab in my display, so why the fuck not? Alrighty, so that is all 3 figures. They all are fantastic. Really happy to get them all. Again, huge thanks to Richard and Casca for helping me get these. And please check out the Disney Dunces. That's all 3 of us having a great time bullshitting about Disney movies. It's great. It's a fun time. And you can check out that link down there in the bio. If you like this video, make sure you click a like, comment, and subscribe. I post brand new videos every Friday at noon. Check out my Instagram and Twitter, both at Craig Stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Later.